if you're watching this video right now, there's a high chance that you go back from school, you arrive home, and you just feel so tired that you literally cannot study at all. You go back home and walk into your bedroom and you're literally so tired that the only thing that you can do is just to lie down in your bed and just take a nap because you're literally just that tired. And bro, let me tell you, you're not alone, because back then, I used to come back from school, I would get out of my car and walk to my room, and I would literally just lie on the ground like that because I was literally so tired that I just could not bring myself to do anything at all. And if you're watching this right now, you probably know that just going to school is not enough if you want to become a top student. You need to also be studying outside of school, because that is when most people don't actually do anything. And so if you want to actually beat your competition, you need to be putting in the work outside of school. Imagine that you get back home and straight away you literally just jump into your deep work session and crank out like 1 or 2 past papers. You will literally crush your competition, and I'm literally not joking at all. I used to be that type of student who would go back home and just procrastinate until like past dinner time, then would start to study.
Let me send it to him on WhatsApp. Let me send this guy WhatsApp.
And the reason why I procrastinated was because I just didn't have any energy when I got back home. So by managing your energy levels, you will literally be able to beat procrastination and destroy your competition. So the first thing that you need to know is that you need to fix your diet. Honestly, bro, the main culprit that I found that was literally killing my energy levels was school lunch. And the biggest problem with school lunch is that it is high in sugar and processed carbs. So there were so many afternoon lessons where I would finish eating my lunch and I would just be so tired that I literally could not focus in class. Look, if you were raised in an Asian household like me, you were probably taught that you need to eat carbs in order to help your brain function. But bro, let me tell you something that you probably might not know right now. Your body can actually produce carbs. It can literally produce glucose from proteins and fats. I want you to do an experiment right now. Like literally the next time you go to school, just don't eat any like processed carbs for lunch. Like, okay, white rice, fair enough, maybe that's okay. And just notice how you feel afterwards in that afternoon lesson. You're probably going to feel so much more energetic. I know this is gonna be really, really tough at first. Like, I really like ice cream as well, bro, but you need to be able to limit these things and keep them in very, very strict moderation. Another thing that you could do is fasting. And if you're Christian or Muslim or like you practice a religion, you probably know this and you probably do this already. And here's the thing, science has recently been showing us that fasting is actually really, really good for the human body. I highly, highly encourage you to at least just try it out. Just don't eat breakfast for one day and see how you feel. Think of your body as a computer. When you're fasting, it's like closing all of the unnecessary tabs in the background. So I highly, highly suggest you to try this method sometime. The second thing is you need to change up your routine. Chances are you probably like get picked up by your parents but after school, right? You sit in the car and you like drive for maybe like 15-30 minutes, something like that, right? And when you get back home, chances are your legs are so dead because you've been sitting in the car for so long. And bro, trust me, when you have a sibling and you have to drive to another school to pick them up, you literally sit in the car twice as long and you feel so tired afterwards. So the solution to this is to just take a 5 to 10 minute walk the moment you get out of the car at home. Just take a 5 to 10 minute walk outdoors and just relax. Because chances are when you're taking that 5 to 10 minute walk, you're supercharging your brain and you're also making it easier for you to focus in your study session. Another thing that you could do is to take a 10-minute power nap. And for me, what really works is this thing called non-sleep deep rest. It's by this really, really smart guy on the internet. His name is Andrew Huberman, and he does it every single day. And I've been trying this myself, and it literally works like a charm. I feel so much more productive in the afternoon after I've tried non-sleep deep rest. One more thing you could do is just to simply study at school. Because once you get home, your mind is probably out of the work environment already, right? Like there's tons of scientific studies and books out there that says that your environment dictates your actions. And so school is probably like the environment that you're used to when you're working and grinding, because you've literally associated school with work. Because home is where you like relax and just enjoy life, right? Like, I'm not going to be watching anime at school, right? I would be doing it at home. So what I did in high school was that I sometimes took that extra hour during the day just to study and finish my past papers and assignments at school. I'm still in the work environment and I might as well just do the stuff over there before going back home. And if you're taking A-level exams right now, use your free periods. Bro, as a senior, I'm telling you right now, you need to be using your free periods effectively. The main reason why I actually didn't have to study so much after school and like feel overwhelmed was because I studied in school and I used my free periods. Maybe it's like a 1 hour, 2 hour block of time during your day. But use that effectively and use that wisely, and you will literally be so much more productive. So the last thing that you need to know is to embrace delayed gratification. So I remember it was like 1 or 2 years ago. I was sitting in the car and my mom dropped me off at the car park and she went outside to pick my sister up. Like, we were in the driveway, like the car park of my sister's school, and I was just sitting in there alone. But then I suddenly grabbed my phone and I instantly pressed Reddit. Like, it was the app that I would usually scroll on at the time, and I was just super addicted to it. And then I was scrolling Reddit and would look at some memes, some like r/dank memes and like all those other really fun subreddits, right? I would scroll and scroll, check the comments and stuff. But suddenly I would find the thing that I was actually subconsciously looking for. It was that blurred NSFW image. And I would literally pretend to scroll on Reddit like I was not actually looking for this thing, but deep down, bro, I was. And so I clicked on the image and you can probably guess what happened next. I'm going to spare you the details, but it's something that I'm not proud of at all. Yeah. And so later that day, when I got back home to just try and study, I literally couldn't because my attention was on something else. And bro, let me tell you, I was such a degenerate back then. I would do the most disgusting, the most unspeakable things. And I'm telling you this story because most students right now are just addicted to their phones. Maybe it's not as bad as watching porn on Reddit in the car, but most people in the car, they're literally just scrolling, and most people nowadays, they're just on their phone. And so when they try and focus in the afternoon, they literally can't. So you need to be able to embrace delayed gratification, bro. And honestly, bro, when I quit porn, it was literally the best thing that I could have ever done for my entire mental health and well-being. I highly encourage you to just take the time in the car just to relax and just be with yourself and not do anything that will literally harm you. Because speaking from experience, you do not want to go through what I did. So I hope you got lots of value from this video, and as always, may God guide us on the right path, and I'll see you in the next video.